Now, the Haskell Grade 1 $1 million race is a mile and an eighth summer showcase on the Jersey Shore. You put it right up there on the cusp, right below probably the Travers Stakes. But many years, a Haskell winner is a 3-year-old champion when a Travers winner is not. So this Haskell can be just as important for the 3-year-old title chase as any stakes race. And we've got a field that includes the Florida Derby winner, White Barrio, the Santa Anita Derby winner, Taba, and the horse who's probably going to be favored over both of them, Jack Christopher, who's unbeaten. He's 3-2 in Brad Thomas's morning line. Taba at 7-5 is about 20 cents shorter in terms of mutuals to the dollar there at 7-5. Taba the slight favorite in the morning line. You could argue which one's going to be favored. I think it'll be Jack Christopher, but the Bob Baffert factor with Taba. Baffert's won this race 9 times in the past. Mike Smith comes in to ride, so that's going to take a lot of pari-mutuel action. And certainly Taba has been training well, Jeff.
Well, Jack Christopher is going to be the favorite. Let's establish that. Okay, all right. Number one. I mean, look at his form. He's undefeated. He's never been tested. He's a Grade 1 winner. He's fast on figs. The other horse, Taba, is pretty much still unproven as far as I'm concerned.
Right.
And I don't know how far Jack Christopher really wants to run, but I always say first time around, 2 turns, they'll get it without any problems. If they just allow Jack Christopher to utilize his best weapon, which is his early speed over distance to ground, he should be able to make the running without being set. I'm fairly sure Chad Brown can read a racing form, and he knows Jack Christopher likes to be. You don't have to send him. Just don't do this. Let him run out of there, get to the front, and let him run his competition off their feet, which I'm fully expecting him to do. I think he's a fantastic racehorse. His Woody Stevens was a really kind of just nothing more than a procession. He figured to win the Pat Day Mile. He did that easily. Again, numbers are fast. He's healthy. He's sound. He's training well. I think Jack Christopher wires the field. As for Taba, yeah, he's working fast. Typical Bob Baffert. You watch his workouts on xbtv.com. He's under the pretty much of a drive in his workouts to best his workmates. I'm not that overwhelmed with the way he's been training. So I think Jack Christopher is the goods, and I mean 3-2. I'll take it right now. Thank you.
Let's take a look at Jack Christopher in motion so you can see what all the hype is about. Here he was in the Woody Stevens back Belmont weekend.
Jose Ortiz took a peek back on Jack Christopher, who has now taken over the lead. Jack Christopher willingly opening up here on the field. Jack Christopher passes the 8th pole, and he is pouring it on here. He is going to stay undefeated. Oh, Woody himself would appreciate this effort. It is Jack Christopher winning the Grade 1 Woody Stevens Stakes in 1 minute, 21 seconds.
He's not going to be favored? Come on.
I was thinking about this when I was mowing the grass today because things just pop into my head, randomly when I'm doing things I probably shouldn't be doing. But the old football coach for the Houston Oilers, Bum Phillips. You remember him, the big collar, the hat, everything. He had a fabulous running back named Earl Campbell, one of the greats of all time, right? I hate to say it because he's a University of Texas guy, but Earl Campbell, one of the great running backs.
I know that was hard for you to do, but that's okay.
It pains me to say. But when they criticized the training camp one year with Earl Campbell, he couldn't complete the mile run. He was the greatest running back in the NFL at the time, and he couldn't run a mile without stopping and walking. And they said, Bum, are you concerned about Earl Campbell that he can't run a mile? He said, well, when it's 3rd and a mile, I'll give it to somebody else. I mean, it's one of the great lines from the old NFL films. And I guess for Chad Brown, he's saying, it's 3rd and a mile and an 8th, but we're giving it this time to Jack Christopher. We'll see if he can get the distance. We know he's fast. We know he's one of the great sprint backs, if you will, of what we've seen so far in this 3-year-old crop. Now we'll find out if he can get a mile and an 8th. Is he Earl Campbell? Is he Tony Dorsett? I don't know where he fits among the pantheon, but I guess we'll figure it out afterwards. It's 3rd and a mile and an 8th, Chad Brown. Give the ball. to your star, Jack Christopher, and see how far you can take him. Jeff, you're all in on Jack Christopher here. I kind of think White Abarrio is going to run a decent race because you talk about the speed, right? He's going to run those other horses off their feet. White Abarrio seems like the horse now paired with Joel Rosario. Tyler Gaffalione stayed at Saratoga. Joel Rosario picks up the mount. He's a good finishing jockey, and this is one of those scenarios we talked about earlier in the podcast. When you've got a brilliantly fast horse who leaves everybody else's tongues wagging, give me the closer to come along for second. I think this really sets up nice for White Abarrio to get a good chunk.
Yeah, it could happen. I always consider him to be a Gulfstream Park type of horse, but given the trip with Rosario and the fact that he's not going to try to run with Jack Christopher early, I'm not sure he could even if he wanted to. He could certainly clunk up and get second. Jack Christopher, though, in watching that race, he saw the Woody Stevens. He's like driving a car. He doesn't pull. He doesn't get rank. He doesn't run off. He's push button. So to me, he'll make the lead. I don't see anybody in here trying to go with him head and head early. I don't even think Taben's quick enough to do that, even if he wanted to. And to me, Jack Christopher is going to win this race, I believe, like a horse that would have to be taken seriously in the Travers. Now, that's a whole different set of rules in the Travers. I'm not saying he's going to win the Travers, but the way I believe he will win this race will allow his connections to dream about that.
Also, for more coverage of the Haskell Invitational, the Haskell Stakes, be sure to check out the blog section at expressbet.com and at news.first.com, where John White's It's Post Time blog this week features the Haskell Stakes analysis, where he's got Taba upsetting Jack Christopher. Well, upsetting, I mean, he's the morning line favorite. They're kind of mutual in the odds. You and I both think it'll go the other direction, where Jack Christopher is favored. But John's taking Taba on top. Read the blog, and you'll get his reasonings why. And John also takes you through his list of the top 100 horses of the new century here, the 21st century. He updates that every year or so for Express Bet and for First Bet. Check it out in the blog this week. So John gives you a little historical analysis as well as his picks for the Haskell Invitational.
We're ready for the start. They're off.